Welcome to your 30-minute yoga reset. Today we are going to slow things down, take a little bit of pause, find some grounding and some balance within. So go ahead, throw on something comfortable, toss out your yoga mat, bring with you a blanket or a pillow if you like, or if you have any other props that you'd like to bring along with you, and let's get started. Welcome to your 30-minute yoga reset. Today we're going to take some time on the mat to find ourselves, to find some grounding, to find some rebalancing, and to find a little deeper piece of ourselves. So if you haven't already, find your way down to the mat and make yourself comfortable. If sitting like this does not suit you, you can always grab a blanket or a pillow or a block if you have one at home, and just put it underneath your hips. You sit up a little bit higher, it can be quite comfortable. Just to kind of take a moment to get out any wiggles that you've got going on, rolling the shoulders a little bit, just to kind of find yourself centered on the mat here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. Or if that doesn't feel like the place that you're at today, you can just allow the chin to fall humbly towards the chest and just allow the gaze to fall a little more lightly and lowly towards the ground. And here, we're just going to take a few deep breaths to start. So deep breath in, and exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling into the belly, out through the mouth. Just relaxing, finding ourselves here. Deep breath in once more through the nose, and exhaling out through the mouth. So you can keep your eyes closed here if that feels good. I'm going to lift the chin up and exhaling right ear towards right shoulder. Just finding some space here. The outer edge of the left side of the neck. Inhaling up through center. And exhaling left ear, left shoulder. And allow those eyes to flutter closed if it feels good. Turning ourselves inward. Inhaling through center. And again, exhaling right ear towards the right shoulder. If it feels good, you can lengthen the left fingertips out. And maybe even raising the right arm, allowing the right hand, right fingertips to find the left ear. And then just allowing gravity to do what gravity does here. No need to pull on the neck. And breathing deeply into the areas where we feel require a little bit more of our attention. And then on your next exhale, allowing both hands to refine the knees. We're going to roll the crown of the head forward, chin to chest. And inhaling to sit tall. And exhaling, left ear finds left shoulder. And if it feels good, reaching the fingertips, the right fingertips out, walking further towards the outer edge of your mat. Again, if it feels good, lifting the left arm, allowing left hand to find right ear. And let gravity do the work here to provide that little bit of extra stretch. Breathing into the space on the right side of our neck. Be feeling a little more firmly our sit bones and the outer edges of our legs and feet on the mat. And on your next exhale, letting go of the head, allowing both hands to find the knees. Crown of the head falls heavy, chin comes towards the chest. And inhaling, just allow the head to float on top of the chest. You can begin to flutter your eyes open here, or if it feels good for you to keep them closed, you of course are more than welcome to keep them closed. We're going to inhale, draw the elbows back, press the chest forward, lifting through the chin, and exhaling, scooping through the belly, allowing chin to find chest, head falls heavy towards the feet, inhaling through. So a little cat-cow variation here through the spine, exhaling to scoop. Again, if my pace doesn't suit you here, following the pace of your breath, inhaling to open through the heart, elbows draw back, exhaling, scooping through the belly, chin falls heavy. Again, a few more here. If you feel you need to really slow it down today, slow it down. If you feel like you want to pick up the pace a little bit more, trust that the intuition is guiding you here. What your body needs, exactly what you should give your body today. And then we're going to continue on with this into a little circular dance. So keeping with that theme of cat-cow, inhaling forward, exhaling to scoop. Just find some easy circles, big or small. You can just work a little around, more above your hips if that feels nice. Or you can find your place here, and again, it feels nice to allow your eyes to close, maybe once you've taken a look at what I'm up to, and you feel like maybe you've got an idea of what you want to try. And feel free to let go. Close your eyes and run with it. Then using one more breath, inhale to exhale here. We'll pause, exhaling, scooping through the belly, changing directions. So finding that circle, inhale, chest forward, exhale to scoop back. Really just playing and dancing with the spine here and checking in to see how you feel and allowing those eyes to drift closed if it feels nice. Play it out with big circles or maybe even little small circles. Seeing how it feels and noticing the creaks and the clunks in the back. And even at the sit bones on the floor, to the neck, to the shoulders. All kinds of places can draw our attention here. So we'll pause again on our next exhale, scooping through the belly at the back. And squeeze out every last little bit of air. And we'll inhale, fill the belly. So allow those shoulders to really rise towards the ears. And exhale, let them fall down the back. We'll do two more like that. Inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears. And exhaling, the shoulders drop down the back. One more, inhaling to the lift. Exhale, down the back. Now I'm just going to roll through the wrists. Before we get on to them today, we want to warm them up just a little bit. So we're going to take fingertips down. So I'm bringing those fingertips towards us. Again, being gentle with yourself here. And breathing in through that wrist. And then keeping with the same arm, we'll just flip, so palm up. Scooping underneath the back of the hand here and drawing those fingers more towards the chin. And just easy reset today. As I know, I can definitely feel like when I get into those places where I need the reset the most, I feel like I need to do a million and one things before I can relax. Switching sides. Fingertips down. Grabbing onto the knuckles if that feels good. Try not to just pull on the fingers. And I'm recognizing in those moments that those are exactly the moments where I just need to pause and slow down and find a mat, any mat, anywhere. If the yoga mat's not available, a front door mat or a bath mat, all these things can be good too. Switching to palm up, fingertips reaching towards the chin. Again, keeping our arm as lengthened as possible. If you're feeling any strain in the elbows, definitely just give a little bit deeper of a bend in the elbows there. Let's go ahead and roll those wrists out. We're going to come forward into our tabletop position here. So finding your way there in a way that works for you. We're just swaying those hips side to side a little bit as we find our way here today. The kind of cat style, just walking through the hands a little bit here just to get the feel for the floor, the mat today. And just take note of how your feet feel as well. You can take a little peek around, left side to right side. We want to make sure that our ankles are in alignment with the knees. We don't want to be too far out, toes not together here. So wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Tops of the feet, ankles are in line with the knees and the hands as well. So here we're going to take an inhale and push that mat away. So really trying to press the mat away into the floor so we can create a little more space in the upper back body. And then exhale, really draw that lower belly in. So we want to try to find that neutral spine where we're not popping the sit bones too far back and we're not scooping underneath. Instead, if you feel like you need to take a couple more wiggles here, typically find what that neutral is, then wiggle away. We're going to tuck the toes one at a time, right then left. Take an inhale, lengthen along through the spine, and exhale. We're going to lift the knees up. We're going to hold here. This is fun, I know, for 5. Lifting the belly in, allowing that little bit of quiver to come into the body, feeling the breath for 2, and 1. Lower those knees down. We're going to keep the right toes tucked, so untuck the left. And we're going to just press a little into those toes, just a little bit of a wake up for the bottom sides of the feet. And then over the top of that right foot, go ahead and tuck the left. So just kind of pressing the weight a little bit more deeply back into that heel. You may feel this intensely, or you may not feel this at all, but it's always good to give a little bit of love to the feet. And then we're going to untuck both toes, which we're going to press back, walking those knees nice and wide, mat distance apart. We're going to take an inhale, feel length into the spine, and exhale, let your head fall into the mat here. And we'll stay here and breathe for a few breaths again. Breathing at your pace. On every exhale, allowing the weight of the pelvis to fall a little more deeply towards the heels. Doing a quick scan, checking if you're holding tension in the neck or the shoulders, the back of the hips. Allowing the breath to release that tension. And on your next inhale, planting the hands firmly, and we'll roll forward. Allow the head to come up last, keeping the crown of the head heavy. We're going to bring those knees back, hip distance apart. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift the sit bones up towards the wall behind us, and come into our downward dog. So breathing here, and I always like to come into this with bent knees, because we want to make sure that the knees aren't straightening at the expense of the upper body here. So always good to check. Bending those knees, really pressing firmly. Going to press the front edge of that mat away from you. Fingertips are spread nice and wide, pressing the weight into the thumb and the index finger. So lifting the sit bones as we're trying to align that spine. Shoulders and hips in alignment. And then we work to straighten those legs. And as soon as we feel that pelvis start to tip, we want to come back a little bit and reset. So you can walk through this little doggy here. The downward dog is a great reset. It's also a good total body strengthening exercise here. So once you walk your dog a little bit, you can find yourself into a relaxed or a stillness. Maybe not relax is the right word to use. Just a couple deep breaths here and checking. We want to do our best to remind ourselves to press the front edge of the mat away. Keep the head relaxed. You can shake it yes, no. If you need to take a break here, coming back down into child's pose or tabletop, you're more than welcome to take that time. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths, finding that stillness, feeling the length, readjusting to press out of the hands back into the legs a little bit more, lifting through the quadricep muscles, spreading all 10 toes wide as all 10 fingers are nice and wide. And then on your next exhale, going to come forward, bring the knees back down, toes together, knees as wide as the yoga mat, and again, coming to your extended child's pose. Breathing deeply here. Relax. Let go. Each inhale, filling the body with fresh oxygen, reviving the body. On every exhale, letting go more of that which does not serve you. Few more deep breaths here on your own time, trusting that you breathe in all that you need, and you breathe out all that you don't. And on your next inhale, planting firmly through the hands, keeping the head heavy, and to roll forward almost onto the top of the head. Keep that head nice and heavy. Back up through tabletop, just to kind of readjust where you come sitting back on the heels. Shifting over to one side, bringing those legs forward. Okay, I'm going to bring the left leg in. So up to the top of the right thigh, you can go ahead and scooch the nice juicy meat out from under, so really sitting up on those sit bones. Left foot to the top of the right inner thigh, right toes are flexed towards the nose. We're going to inhale to square off, so squaring the shoulders towards the front corners of our mat. And then we're going to exhale, begin to walk down over that right leg. So keeping a strong flex in those toes. You might be feeling an intense stretch in the back of the calf here like I do. If not, if you're feeling the hamstring or the knee, again, these postures are here to just show us what the body is and what the body is experiencing today. So we're thinking here of always inhaling to lengthen through the body and then exhaling to release a little more deeply. So on that release, on that exhale, we may not actually go any further in the posture, and depending on how the body is feeling today, reminding ourselves to do our best to keep those shoulders square so we're not tilting on the side here. Flexing those right toes up. And we don't have to, if you do have hyperextended knees, check in, as I used to always do as the dancer in me, is really overstretch. So pop that heel up. So what we want to try to do here is to find that alignment. So when the heel and the knee are really in alignment, without overextending past. Say the dancer in me can feel really good to do that. It's not as alignment balance for my body as part of me might feel like it is. So I'm going to walk those hands back up, and we're going to switch sides. So extending that left leg out, and then bringing the right foot to the top of that left thigh. Okay, kind of making adjustments here, getting the juicy meat out of the way. And then inhaling to sit up nice and tall, flexing those left toes in. So we are working to press the left knee down towards the mat. Again, everybody's body is going to be different. If you don't have hyperextension, that note is definitely not for you. So we're working to press that knee down, keeping the quad engaged, and we're working for that nice straight leg alignment. So inhaling to lift, and exhaling, begin to walk forward. So getting into a nice hamstring stretch and calves here. So a lot of stretch in the back side of the left leg, as well as some opening in the right side here as well. So inhaling through that length through the spine. So the more we can work to lengthen through the spine, the more we're really going to feel that stretch in the upper hamstring. Particularly as we can get deeper, where those hamstrings really connect into the pelvis there as well. It can be a tricky area for some, myself being one of them. Take a couple more breaths here, lengthening through the spine, exhaling to just release a little more, even if it just means relaxing some tension out of the neck or perhaps some tension in the shoulders. And on your next inhale, beginning to walk the hands back up and extending that right leg forward. Going to come sitting the horizontal way on your mat, wide lengthwise. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So again, looking at lifting any of the juicy meat out from behind. I'm not sure why I'm calling it juicy meat today. I don't know if that's something I regularly say or if that's something we will have to check into that. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And hands can be, and you can use your thumbs here to massage the insides of the legs, in and around the ankle bones, and around those shins can feel really nice here. Or you can grab onto the insides of your feet, use your thumbs there. Or if you'd like to grab hold of your big toes with peace fingers, if that feels nice, they're all options that you can kind of play around with to see what feels good. So wherever you kind of land, inhale up through the torso, long, feel the energy rising right up through the head. We're going to begin to pitch forward. So we're doing our best here to keep long in the spine. We're not collapsing all the way over, not yet. So just allowing the knees to feel relaxed and weighted down towards the mat. Again, if your knees are not down and they're up a little bit further, just focusing on relaxing the tension in the hips, in the fronts and in the backs, and we're working to just release. Okay, the look of the posture is not nearly as important as the feel of the posture, and you want to find a place that feels good, and allow your definition of good to begin to shift as well, because sometimes we can be fairly judgmental on what's good and what's not. So inhaling for length, exhaling to press a little bit deeper, keeping that spine nice and long. And you're more than welcome to stay here if this feels like where you need to be today, and if you do want to inhale to extend, lengthen, and exhale to come forward, fold a little more deeply. So you can use your elbows on the insides of the knees here to press a little more open. So you're checking in with tension in the neck, whether you've folded fully forward or whether you're staying in a lengthened position. Take one more breath here, wherever you are. Exhale to let go as fully into this posture as you can. And then inhale to roll up, keeping the head heavy, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Okay, and you're going to extend the legs back out to the front. And sitting up nice and tall. Going to lift the right leg up, and we're going to plant the right foot on the outside, just slightly above the left knee. So again, nice strong flex in that left foot, as we are still engaged in the left leg. And here we're going to plant the right hand behind, inhaling to lift up to the left fingers, and exhale, left elbow comes to the outer edge of the right knee. And if this doesn't feel particularly good for you today, you can always, from your inhale, grab on the outside of that leg and squeeze that right leg in towards the chest if that feels a little bit nicer for you. Whichever place you choose to be, whether we're wrapping, we have the elbow to the outside of the knee. We are inhaling for length and exhaling to release and twist a little bit deeper. Again, if it's comfortable for your neck, you can twist all the way and allow your gaze to go over your right shoulder. Inhaling for length. Exhaling to relax, release into the twist a little more deeply. And same applies if we're holding on to the leg here. Inhaling for length. Exhaling to twist. And inhaling once more. And exhale to unfold. First body, nice and gentle with ourselves. Extending the right leg out. Switching sides, we step the left foot up. So the ends of the tips of the left toes are in line approximately with the left knee. And have both sit bones on the ground. Again, if that's not where they are today, just know that that's where we're encouraging them to go. Planting the left hand behind the left hip. We inhale to reach up, and exhale, right elbow finds the outside of that left knee. So inhale for length, exhaling to twist. And again, if you find that this just doesn't particularly feel like it's serving you today, you can always tucking that into the crease of your right elbow and then grabbing onto that knee and squeezing it in. Find this is a little bit more of a compression, get a little more release in the front of that hip, which may be what you're looking for today. So inhaling for length and then exhaling to twist. So again, not really forcing that twist to happen, let's say release into the twist. Just releasing into it. You might even feel some expansion, some relaxation across the sacrum, the back of the pelvis here. Inhaling for length. Exhaling to release more deeply into the twist, still keeping engaged. Those right toes are active, right quad is still in the mix here. And inhaling once more. And exhaling to unravel first through the torso, nice and easy. And I'm going to extend those legs both out to the front. We're going to take one last little posture here before we get into our Shavasana here. So if you cannot reach your toes and you have a prop, something that you're used to working with, like a yoga strap, or you have a sweater lying around, or even a sock, anything that you've got to grab onto those toes, feel free to have that, to utilize that. And of course, you can always bend your knees as well. So I'm going to here, peace fingers are, into our grabbing around the big toes. And if it doesn't serve you, again, you can grab feet, strap, whatever you've got. So we're all going to start with our knees bent today. Trying to keep our knees and our ankles together. So we're inhaling long through the spine, doing our best to keep nice and relaxed through that neck. And then exhaling, begin to walk those feet out, or slide or walk. My heels are a little sticky on my mat today. So, and if your legs don't fully straighten, that's 100% okay. And what we're aiming for here is to have an experience in the posture. I know we are all human, I'm a human, you're a human, we're human together. We kind of want to get to the destination because we have big dreams, and we have big things we want to accomplish, and it is totally normal to get excited about getting there, wherever there is. And yoga is a great practice to remind us that just because we're not there doesn't mean that there's not a great deal of beauty and to experience, and a whole wide range of experiences to have along the way. So if your knees do not straighten, or if they do straighten but you're here and it feels really terrible, just be gentle with yourself and go ahead and bend those knees. So we're working for long through the spine, so you really want to be kind, creating space in the lower back, not straining through the neck. And then breathing. So you're going to begin to close your eyes here. Allowing the head, if those legs are straightened or if they're bent, to relax over, so letting the crown of the head fall heavy. Turning our focus inwards a little more. And just checking in and feeling that beautiful flow, that current of energy rising up into the body through the heels, through the legs, the knees, the hips, pouring through the torso and the spine, the upper back, the neck, through the head, out the crown of the head, and pouring back into the toes, through the heels, cycling through. Just noticing this beautiful flow of energy, this constant motion in your body. And then letting go of whatever grip you have, whatever prop you may have picked up. And then just rolling yourself up nice and slowly to seated, one vertebrae at a time, allowing that head to come up last. And now we will move into our final posture of our class today. We will move into our Shavasana. So as we come into our final posture today, our Shavasana, if there's anything else that you feel you need to do before you come to your final point of integration today, feel free to take that posture now. And just coming down in whatever way feels particularly good for you. And taking any little wiggles. If you want to bring your knees into your chest, or even just a little happy baby here, feel free to take whatever feels good for you. And then find Shavasana that also feels good. If it doesn't feel good to extend the legs fully out, perhaps it feels good to bring the soles of the feet together, or even feet wide on the mat, allowing the knees to fall together. You find what feels best for you. And then once you've found that place, allow the eyes to close. Allow yourself to be with yourself most presently here in this moment. Allowing all of those beautiful, nourishing moments that you just took for yourself to become a firm, strong part of you. So just noticing here the urge to wiggle or shift. And just asking yourself, why do I need to do this? Maybe you do. Maybe there is a way that you can make yourself more comfortable. Sometimes we can struggle with being simply still with ourselves. Taking this time for you, only 30 minutes to reset. So celebrate yourself for taking the time, for making the time, for creating this space for you to feel good, to find new ways to feel good, to find new ways to honor your body and your mind and where you are today. You should allow yourself to freely shower yourself in love. And you are more than welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Breathing into this moment and enjoying the expansive beauty that is here for you and that is also you. And if you are ready to wrap up, you will bring palms together, thumbs meet at the third eye. Take a deep breath in together and exhale deeply, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me here today, for honoring time and space to connect and to be our most beautiful selves. Namaste.